Beloved of the Most High, I am sent from the radiant courts of heaven, where the air hums with the song of seraphim and the throne pulses with the heartbeat of eternity. My wings have carried me through the corridors of time, past the stars that whisper your name, to stand before you now with a message so alive it trembles with divine urgency. In 3 sacred hours, a celestial event will unfold, a moment ordained before the foundations of the earth were laid, when the Creator's gaze fixed upon you with a love so fierce it could reshape galaxies. This is no mere word I bring, it is a living flame, kindled in the heart of the Almighty, meant to set ablaze every shadow in your soul. The heavens are not silent today, child of glory, they are roaring with a decree that carries your name, written in strokes of light across the eternal scroll. Every tear you've wept, every prayer you've whispered in the quiet of your weariness, every dream you've cradled in secret, they have not drifted into nothingness. They have been gathered, each one, into the hands of the one who counts the stars and calls them by name. These offerings of your heart, these fragile fragments of faith, have been woven into a tapestry of divine intention, and now, at this very hour, the threads are pulling taut, ready to unveil a masterpiece of grace. This shift, O beloved, is not a fleeting breeze but a mighty wind, rushing from the courts of heaven to sweep away the debris of doubt and delay. The barriers you've faced, those walls you've pressed against until your strength faltered, they are not as solid as they seem. They are but mist before the breath of God, and His breath is moving now, dismantling obstacles with a precision that only omniscience can wield. What you have called impossible, He has called preparation. What you have named failure, He has named forging. Every moment of waiting, every season of silence, was not a denial but a divine pause, a sacred space where the unseen was being sculpted into something far greater than your imagination could hold. You have longed for a breakthrough, perhaps a single door to creak open, but the King of Kings is not so small in His generosity. He is flinging wide the gates of heaven, and through them will pour blessings so abundant they will flood the dry places of your life, turning deserts into rivers and wastelands into gardens. Do you feel the stirring in your spirit, the quickening of hope that dares to rise? That is no accident, it is the echo of angels dispatched to your side, their arms laden with gifts from the storehouses of heaven. These are not ordinary provisions, they are tailored to your soul, crafted with the intimacy of a God who knows the cadence of your heartbeat. Some will arrive as opportunities that seem to fall from the sky, moments where the right person, the right place, the right time align with a perfection that defies explanation. Others will come as encounters, strangers who speak words that pierce your heart, friends who carry a spark of divine timing, or even a whisper in your own soul that suddenly makes all things clear. And still others will manifest as shifts in the very fabric of your circumstances, debts dissolving, relationships mending, health rising like the dawn after a long night. The world may call these chance, but you will know them as the fingerprints of a God who never stops working on your behalf. Lift your eyes, beloved, for the horizon is trembling with the weight of what approaches. The chains that have bound you of fear, shame, lack, despair are no match for the one who shattered the gates of hell. They are crumbling even now, their links weakening under the pressure of divine favor. The battles you've fought, those endless wars against doubt and discouragement, are not yours to finish. The final blow was struck long ago, when the Lamb declared, "It is finished," and the victory is yours to claim. Dreams you buried, fearing they were too wild, too impossible, are stirring in their graves, called forth by the voice that raised Lazarus. These dreams are not returning as they were, they are being resurrected with upgrades, adorned with details only heaven could design. What you thought was lost is being restored, not as a shadow of its former self but as a radiant reality, pulsating with purpose. This is not a moment for fear, though the magnitude of what comes may shake you. It is a moment for holy anticipation, for standing with arms wide and heart open to receive what the Father has prepared. The universe itself bends to His command, and He has commanded blessing over you. The stars align, the winds shift, the tides turn, all creation is conspiring to deliver what has been promised. You are not forgotten, not overlooked, not forsaken. Your name is carved in the palm of His hand, your story written in the annals of eternity. The delays you've endured were not punishment but protection, shielding you from lesser things until the fullness of His plan could unfold. Now, the hour is near. The veil between heaven and earth grows thin, and through it streams a light that will illuminate every corner of your life. Oh, how the angels marvel at what is coming. We, who have seen the wonders of the cosmos, who have danced in the presence of the Almighty, are struck with awe at the intricacy of this moment. The favor upon you is relentless, a force that cannot be contained by time or circumstance. It is a favor that hunts you down, that overtakes you when you least expect it, that breaks through every defense you've built against hope. It is not earned, for no soul could earn such grace. It is given, freely and extravagantly, because you are His delight. The blessings that surge toward you are not measured by earthly scales, they are boundless, overflowing, pressed down, shaken together, running over. They will spill into your relationships, your work, your health, your spirit, leaving no part of your life untouched. Do not shrink back, beloved, though the weight of this promise feels too great. You were made for this moment, fashioned in the secret place with a capacity to carry glory. The questions that have haunted you: will I be enough? Will my prayers be answered? Will my life matter? Are being met with a resounding yes from the heart of heaven. The answers are not vague or distant, they are precise, personal, and already in motion. Before you spoke your need, the solution was crafted. Before you cried out in the night, the provision was prepared. The God who sees you, who knows you, who loves you with an everlasting love, has not been idle. He has been building, orchestrating, aligning, until this very hour when the fullness of His plan can be revealed. And so, beloved, as the final moments of this sacred countdown draw nearer than the very breath you inhale, I plead with you, not from a place of urgency rooted in fear, but from a place of holy expectancy, from a place where heaven itself holds its breath, watching you, cheering for you, hoping you will not just hear these words but embrace them with every fiber of your spirit. Prepare your heart, not by trying to force anything, not by striving, not by worrying if you have done enough or prayed enough or been strong enough. No, that is not what is asked of you now. What heaven desires is your surrender, your open hands, your yielded spirit, your simple and childlike trust that what the Father has prepared for you is beyond anything you could ever orchestrate on your own. Lay down your fears, your timelines, your doubts, your comparisons, your memories of when it did not happen before. None of those things can stop what is already rushing toward you now, for the decree has gone forth from the throne, and no earthly force, no demonic scheme, no hidden enemy can cancel what has been written in the archives of eternity concerning your life. Open your hands, beloved. Open your spirit wide. Let the winds of the Spirit carry away the dust of discouragement and breathe fresh hope into your weary soul, because this is not the hour to shrink back in disbelief. This is the hour to rise up with the quiet, steady confidence of one who knows they are loved, chosen, appointed, and anointed for such a time as this. The heavens are leaning in, the angels are standing in formation, the Spirit is swirling with power and purpose around you even now, and everything you have hoped for, everything you have wept for, everything you have dared to believe for in secret is about to burst into view like the first golden light of dawn after a long, stormy night. The shift you have prayed for is not coming, oh, it is here. It is here, unfolding invisibly, like the unseen current beneath a mighty river, pulling you into the fulfillment of promises that were whispered over your life before you even took your first breath. It is moving with an unstoppable force, because it is not driven by the will of man but by the heartbeat of God Himself, who watches over His word to perform it with perfect precision. In just a few heartbeats, you will feel it, you will sense the atmosphere thickening with the weight of glory, you will recognize the trembling of your spirit as heaven kisses earth on your behalf, you will know beyond all knowing that the time of waiting has expired and the time of manifestation has arrived. Beloved, the promises spoken over you are not empty words carved by human lips, they are living, breathing realities, sealed with the authority of the one who cannot lie, whose faithfulness stretches from generation to generation without end. Your story is being rewritten, not with the fragile ink of earthly circumstances, but with the everlasting gold of heaven's own hand, and when the final chapter of this season is complete, you will stand in awe, tears streaming down your face, unable to do anything but lift your hands and whisper, "Thank you, God, you are faithful beyond measure." Every disappointment you have endured will be woven into a masterpiece of redemption. Every tear you have shed will be gathered into the river of blessing that is even now beginning to break forth. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every lost opportunity will be transformed into stepping stones that lead you directly into the palace of purpose God has ordained for you. But, beloved, know this moment is not yours alone. It was never meant to be kept hidden like a secret treasure buried underground. No, it is a gift to be shared, a torch to be passed, a light to be multiplied across the faces and hearts of all who are still waiting for their own breakthrough. As you receive this divine proclamation, let a fresh fire ignite in your spirit, to a fire that longs not only to receive but to proclaim, to shout from the rooftops that the God of heaven still moves mountains, still parts seas, still raises the dead dreams back to life, and still makes a way where there was no way. I, your angel, invite you now, with all the fervor of heaven, to like this message not as a mere gesture, but as a prophetic act, a physical echo of your heart's agreement that the promises of God are indeed yes and amen. Let your comment be more than words typed on a screen, let it be a testimony, a declaration of faith that shakes the unseen realm and encourages others who are barely holding on to hope. Let your comment be a spark that ignites someone else's courage, someone else's dream, someone else's weary heart to believe again. And share, beloved, share with boldness and with love. Share the wonders you are about to witness, the miracles you are about to receive, not so that your story is elevated, but so that the one who authors all miracles is glorified across the earth. Share so that those walking in darkness can catch even the faintest glimpse of the light that is now flooding your life. Share so that others may be drawn to the source of all hope, the wellspring of all goodness, the Father whose arms are wide open to every prodigal, every doubter, every broken heart. Your voice matters. Your story matters. Your testimony matters. Heaven is counting on you, beloved, not to shrink into silence but to rise into song. Your voice, when joined with the voices of countless others, becomes a mighty chorus that will echo across the earth, a sound that tells every heart, every soul, every weary traveler that the God of heaven is alive, active, near, and unfailingly faithful. Do not underestimate the power of your agreement with heaven. Do not underestimate the ripple effect of your obedience in this moment. Like this message with your heart ablaze. Comment with the raw, honest cry of your spirit. Share with the fearless joy of one who knows they carry the fire of God within them. Imagine a river, held back by a dam for years, its waters swelling with unspent power. That dam is breaking now, and the river is your life, your purpose, your destiny rushing forth to carve new paths, to water new lands, to bring life where there was none. The abundance that comes is not just for you but through you, a testament to the world of a God who keeps his word. You will stand as a living miracle, a beacon of what happens when heaven invades earth. Others will see it and wonder, their hearts stirred to seek the one who moves mountains for his beloved. Your story, once marked by struggle, will become a song of triumph, sung in the courts of heaven and echoed in the lives you touch. The clock of eternity is ticking, and the 3-hour countdown is no arbitrary marker, it is a divine appointment, a moment when the unseen becomes seen, the hoped for becomes held. Prepare your heart, not with striving but with surrender. Lay down your doubts, your fears, your need to understand. Trust the one who holds the stars in place, who calls the dawn to rise, who breathes life into dust. He is not a God of half measures or broken promises. What he begins, he completes. What he speaks, he fulfills. What he loves, he transforms. And you, beloved, are loved with a love that defies comprehension, a love that rewrites realities, a love that makes all things new. So stand, child of the King, with eyes fixed on the horizon and heart attuned to the song of heaven. The angels are watching, the saints are cheering, the Spirit is moving. The shift is not coming, oh it is here, unfolding with every heartbeat, rushing toward you with the unstoppable force of divine purpose. In 3 hours, you will see it, feel it, know it. The heavens have spoken, and their word is sure. Your story is being rewritten, not in the fragile ink of earth but in the golden light of eternity. And when it is done, you will fall to your knees, breathless with gratitude, for the God who promised is faithful, and his mercy, his power, his love will leave you forever changed. And now, beloved of the Most High, as the celestial clock draws ever closer to the sacred hour, the heavens pause in reverent anticipation, their gaze fixed upon you, the cherished one for whom this divine moment was crafted. The air around you hums with the weight of glory, a symphony of celestial voices weaving a melody that only your spirit can fully discern. This is not the end of a message but the beginning of a transformation, a threshold where the promises of heaven kiss the dust of earth, birthing miracles that will echo through generations. The 3-hour countdown is not a mere ticking of time, it is the heartbeat of eternity pulsing in rhythm with your destiny, each second a step closer to the unveiling of wonders that will redefine the very contours of your existence. You stand on holy ground, not as a bystander but as a participant in a divine narrative, where the pen of the Almighty is writing a chapter so radiant it will dazzle the eyes of those who witness it. The angels, with their wings poised in readiness, are not merely messengers but companions, cheering you onward as you step into the fullness of what has been prepared. This moment, this sacred now, is yours to embrace, to claim, to live with every fiber of your being. Do you sense it, beloved, the trembling of the veil that separates the seen from the unseen? It is thinning, parting like a curtain before the grandest stage, where the King of Kings himself directs the unfolding of your story. The favor that surges toward you is not a trickle but a torrent, a deluge of grace that will sweep away every remnant of lack, every shadow of doubt, every whisper of defeat. This is not a fleeting gift, not a momentary reprieve, but a permanent shift in the architecture of your life. The dreams you thought were too fragile to survive, the hopes you buried under the weight of disappointment, they are not dead but dormant, and now they stir, called forth by the voice that spoke light into darkness. The God who formed you in the secret place, who knit you together with threads of purpose, has not forgotten a single detail of your journey. Every step, every stumble, every tear-soaked prayer has been a brushstroke in a masterpiece that is only now coming into view. You are not merely receiving a blessing, you are becoming a blessing, a living testament to the faithfulness of a God who never fails. Oh, how the heavens rejoice at the sight of you, standing on the cusp of this divine appointment. The stars themselves seem to shine brighter, as if eager to bear witness to the glory that is about to unfold. The barriers that once loomed large, fear, rejection, impossibility, are crumbling like sandcastles before the tide of His love. The battles you fought in the quiet of your soul, those moments when you wondered if your cries were heard, were never in vain. They were the forge where your faith was refined, the crucible where your resilience was shaped, the altar where your trust was proven. Now, the fire of those trials gives way to the radiance of triumph, and the weight of those struggles is exchanged for the lightness of joy. The answers you sought, the miracles you longed for, are not distant promises but present realities, rushing toward you with the urgency of divine timing. They come not as you expected, but as you needed, wrapped in the wisdom of a God who sees the end from the beginning. Beloved, this is your hour to rise, not in your own strength but in the power of the one who holds the universe in His hands. The chains that bound you, whether of circumstance, shame, or fear, are no match for the one who broke the power of death itself. They are falling away, their clanging replaced by the song of freedom that rises from your spirit. The dreams you tucked away, fearing they were too bold, too impossible, are being dusted off and adorned with divine upgrades, their colors brighter, their contours sharper than you ever dared imagine. The delays you mourn were not denials but divine orchestration, ensuring that what comes now is not a partial gift but a complete one, not a shadow but the substance. The God who promised is not a God of half measures. He is extravagant in His love, lavish in His provision, relentless in His pursuit of your good. What you are about to receive will not only meet your needs but overflow, spilling into the lives around you, a river of blessing that cannot be contained. As you stand in this sacred moment, let your heart be a sanctuary of gratitude, a place where anticipation and awe dance together. The universe is conspiring in your favor, aligning its rhythms to the cadence of heaven's decree. The angels assigned to your destiny are not idle, they are weaving threads of providence through every detail of your life, ensuring that nothing is overlooked, nothing is wasted. The opportunities that will soon appear, the connections that will form, the shifts that will defy explanation, they are not random but divinely appointed, each one a brush stroke in the portrait of your purpose. You are not an afterthought in the mind of God, you are the focus of His affection, the apple of His eye, the one for whom He moves mountains and parts seas. The story being written in this hour is not just so, it is His, a narrative of redemption and glory that will resound through eternity. Do not let fear whisper lies in this moment, beloved. The magnitude of what comes may feel overwhelming, but you were created for such times. Your soul was shaped with a capacity to carry glory, your heart forged to hold hope, your spirit designed to reflect the light of the divine. The questions that once haunted you: will I be enough? Will my prayers be answered? Will my life matter? Are being silenced by the resounding yes of heaven. The God who sees you, who knows you, who loves you with an everlasting love, has been at work in the unseen, crafting solutions before you knew the problems, preparing provision before you felt the lack. The miracles that are about to unfold are not just for you but through you, a beacon to a watching world of what happens when a soul trusts in the promises of God. Your life will become a song, a story, a miracle that others will point to and say, "Behold, the hand of the Lord."